Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's the year of testimony. The UPC products are coming out, and we have one right here. She's a registered nurse from Ghana, went to UK, and now she's a USRN. And I'm very happy to have her on here. We're basically going to discuss the preparation for NCLEX, the D-Day, how to get there, the all that you need to know during the examination, pre, post, everything NCLEX from beginning to the end. And hopefully this will be helpful to somebody. If you are still doubting whether you want to embark on this process, it is doable and there's a live testimony right here. Head to our website www.usrnpathwayconsult.com, register, and you will be the next person sitting here with me on this stage. And my name is Priscilla Kuma. I'm the lead consultant for the Consult USRN Pathway Consult, and I'm very happy doing what I'm doing. So thanks for subscribing. Over 20,000 of you are on my channel. Welcome to my channel, Spendy Love. Please introduce yourself to my viewers.
My name is Spendila Vupoko. I'm a Ghanaian trained nurse and I moved to the UK in 2022. And in 2023, I started my US journey. So I was not sure, just like you out there. So I chanced on Priscilla's page on Telegram. And I really wanted to embark on this journey, but I didn't want a situation where I will go through the process on my own. There'll be back and forth. And I didn't want to use an agency too. So I just wanted the consults which will lead me through the process whilst I'm doing the self sponsorship. So I went through her YouTube videos and I got to know they are the people that I'm looking for. So I joined UPC in March 2023, that was last year. And I started, they gave me my case manager who was very helpful. I would always say that. And it was very fast. In 3 weeks, my report came out. So after the 3 weeks, I was being enrolled even throughout the process. That's one thing I like about UPC. When I joined UPC, I did everything I'm supposed to do. They enrolled me in a class, and I would say that class was a life changing. It was through the class that I passed my NCLEX. So I did a class for 4 months. It was a 4 month tuition, which we do have class day in and day out. They have a private page that even after the class, we do this class question. They give us various books, various question bank. You are not going to pay any question. I didn't buy any question bank. The UL, the actually they had all that in place for us. So I did a 4 months, and in August I was ready. I felt I was ready, and then my manager said, "Okay, they have different people that deals with every stage of your process." So when I was done with my credential evaluation, I was being given another person to go through my board of nursing. And then when I was ready, she told me, when you are ready, let me know and I'm going to apply for your ATT for you. So in August, I called her back and I told her, I think I'm ready. And my tutor even said, he thinks I'm ready. So I'm ready to go and write the exams. So I applied for my ATT in the evening. And the next morning, I saw my ATT. That was when I started panicking, because that was when I saw I was ready to go and write the exams. So initially, I wanted to write in September. And I do also want to travel far because I am closer to London. That is 40 minutes drive or by train to London. So I didn't want to travel far because they have different centers in the UK. So when my ATT came, the dates were booked in London. The only date available was in October. And I said, no problem. I booked it. And on the D Day, it wasn't easy. That feeling alone, I don't know. The preparation, I always say the NCLEX preparation alone is very stressful than the exams to me, because the preparation, UPC made my process easier because they did absolutely everything for me. But the exams learning is not easy. Everybody in the UK know you have to go to work and then you have to blend it with studies. Probably if you have family, you need to also take care of family. So I did all that, and on the D I wrote in October in the morning. My exam was 8 o'clock in the morning. They sent me a message that I need to be there 30 minutes before the exam. I took a train from where I stay and I went to London. They requested for my passport. That is the only thing they requested for. And they told me to keep my things in a safe. And then I was really panicking because when I got there, person view, I didn't know, because it was when I came out that people told me people come there for different exams. Because when I went there, we were a lot. And they said, oh, those writing NCLEX should come. And almost everyone there was going to write the NCLEX. I didn't know. So when we entered, I went in, they took my passport, they did have fingerprints and all that for me. and I went in. I sat for my exams. In the middle, I think at 60, they asked me, do I want to go for break? And I always say that the way UPC will prepare you, they will let you know that although it is a like it is more or less like it's very an honor to pass at 85. But if you don't end at 85, don't panic, because the moment you panic, that is when your failure starts. So when I went to the NCLEX center, at 60, they asked me, do you want to go for break? I said yes. I just went out refreshed. When I got to 85, the computer did not end. But I didn't panic. I felt like, because I was pre-prepared. UPC made us know that the exam is 150 questions. Whether you get to 85 and you pass, it is a success. Whether you get to 150 and pass, it is also a success. So if you get to 85 and you don't pass, the computer don't end, just go out there, wash your face, come and sit down, and then continue. So when I got to 85, it didn't end. And I saw people that came to meet me stand up. I also saw people that were still, I went to meet them, they were still sitting there. I didn't panic. I just click continue. And even, I think I didn't even look at the question number again. I think within 3 questions, I saw the computer went blank. It ended and I came out, got my passport back, and then I came out. So when I came out, I always say UPC is always with you throughout the journey. So even when I came out, I had already seen my tutor asked me, are you done? And I said yes. Do you want us to do the trick for you? I said no, I'm very afraid. And he said, you got this. I know you can do it. So I just did it myself and I screenshot, and they said, we know you. As for UPC students, and me, I would say, I'm not saying this because I'm a UPC student, but I can testify that I'm somebody. I always tell Priscilla, I do my own research before I embark on anything. So even when I pass, there are so many people that have introduced to UPC because I tell them this, although it's easy, but it's not as easy as you see it, because the one mistake you can do is going to extend the whole process. With these evaluators, even with your date of birth, with just a mistake of every little thing, they give you days before they respond. I didn't want to go through that. And I bet you, when I enrolled officially in UPC in March, and at the end of March I got my report. So that tells you that you can do it yourself, but UPC is there to help, and they make the process so easy. Your case manager will come and text you, we need this, can you send it over? We need this is the stage that you are. Even I remember when I was supposed to do my fingerprint, I was in the UK, I didn't know how to go about it. I just texted my case manager. He said it's due for me to do fingerprint. I told him, so where should I go? They did the research. They sent me the postcode where I'm supposed to go in the UK for me to do this fingerprint. So they just sent me the postcode. I called the person. He said, oh yes, pay this money online, come and so my process was that easy. And I would say the journey is what is most difficult, but the exam is just a 5-hour exam. And I went in, and within 80 minutes, I was done and I came out. The after journey, they also make it easy. I owe my NCLEX, I passed. And then UPC lead consult, that is Priscilla, texted me that congratulations for being successful in our program. Do you still want us to help you with the job search? I said, why not? And then he sent me a link to send my NCLEX results to them. They got back to me. I wasn't reluctant. They gave me the offer. I wasn't reluctant. I went out there to also compare. Is this offer they are giving me the best? Because I didn't want to settle for less. I went there. I wouldn't lie. Although Priscilla, I know I haven't really made it clear to you, because Priscilla even texted me, where are you now in the process? I'll tell her I'm still on it. But I was out there trying to compare the offer they have given me. So I went there. I'm not going to mention any direct hires name, but I did got offers, about 8 offers, and none of them was even closer to the offer that Priscilla gave us or their people gave us. So I had to go back to them. And then they are also really helpful, because I always say that at times, although they are doing their business, but I went through some people and I saw how they did their thing. It is not easy for even them to get back to you to tell you, how do you want this? How, like, bring this. Some people are so strict with their things. And even if you don't want to sign, let me bring an instance. I went to a direct hire, and then they sent me how their things are being done, and they said for them to go through the interview process with you, for them to give you an employer, takes a lot. If you don't sign their contract, they are going to fine you 2,005. So I told them no, I don't want to go with them, because I don't want a situation where I'll do all the interviews, I don't like the offer, and you're telling me because I made you go through all this process, you are going to charge me. I've not signed any. And I always remember my case manager would tell me, these people need you. In as much as you've passed, you want to go. These people need you. So don't settle for less. Even if it is as UPC that is giving you something that you don't want, don't settle for it. Go out there and look for better offers. So I would always be very grateful to Mr. Francis for giving me all this, just because even after Prissy introduced me to the employer, the recruiter, and everything, he called me. It is a good offer they've given you out there, but you need to also explore. So during all those times when I was doing interviews with this employer, I'll take that employer's offer. I'll take that of Priscilla, because I was indirectly comparing. That was what I was doing. I'll look at the state. How safe is the place? How is their treatment to international nurses? So you need to make your research. UPC is going to be there for you. They are going to help you throughout the journey, even after the journey. I wonder how the secretary, I don't know, Miss Vida, will come and ask, how is it going? I'll be like, but I'm done with you. I thought I'm with Priscilla. Why is the secretary still asking? It shows how dedicated they are, but it also shows you as the student that you need to be also serious and know what you are going for. So my journey, they are putting my effort, but actually did everything for me. Apart from learning, going to write my exams, they did everything for my credential evaluation, helping me with my fingerprints, to my board of nursing. And they know how to help you. Which board of nursing is the best? Where do you want to go? If where you want to go is not with even the evaluator, they will tell you these are the closest states around that will help you. So choose from them. So this is my journey. I started in March and I finished in October. So I think it's an 8 months journey that I did. Yeah.
You said everything on my behalf. I don't even know what questions to ask, but you've heard it all. This is somebody who is a real person. She was not paid to do this. She is a real person who went through this process. And I've always said to people, there are three ways to do this. You can either sit at home and rack your head and do it by yourself. You can go to an agency that would invest in you and then bond you at the end of the day, or you can come and do a self-sponsorship with us. We've done this for so many type of nurses. We've seen different nurses from all over the world with different educational backgrounds. We've seen midwives, psychiatry nurses, people who schooled in UK, people who schooled in Ghana, people who schooled in Nigeria, people who schooled in India, Iran, wherever. We've seen all type of resumes, and we know what kind of boards work for you. So we just tailor it to suit you, but we give you the floor to also be involved, ask questions. And Spendlove is somebody who does a lot of research. So you can't just present something to her. She's also going to go and double check. So we are always information based. We are very current when it comes to all the states and what they are doing. We spend day and night doing research. The whole team is a research team, and we know how to get you there. If you are still doubting, there she is. So give me a little bit information about the examination room, the setting. When you entered, is it like a desk with partitions and a headphone, a screen, something to write on? Tell me what the room looks like.
Yeah, so when I entered and I gave my passport to the lady, she handed over to me a plain board with a pen, and she told me whatever I write, I shouldn't erase it. And if I need more, I should raise up my hands and she's going to get me more. And even standing beside her, I saw every bit of corners of the examination room being screened at where she's sitting. So obviously she sees everybody inside the examination room. There is a whiteboard covering her where she's just sitting there and watching us. So even when you are whispering, she just come to you and tell you to lower your voice. And then if you can, they give you a headphone to put it on so that you don't hear people. If you think other people are distracted, so it's partitioned with wooden. You won't see somebody unless you try to sneak in, but you won't see anybody. It is partitioned different. there are different people and there are different rooms, because I went in with a guy who I think was a Ghanaian, and even after the exam we became friends. He went to a different room and I was in a different room. So it is a bigger room, but you won't see anybody. I don't know. One thing I'm saying is not everybody in NCLEX Center or Pearson View Center is going to write NCLEX. So if you go and within some few minutes somebody stands up, you shouldn't panic, because that alone might make you think, what am I doing wrong? Is it like I don't know what I'm doing? Just focus on the exam, because when I went, I got to know that I went to meet people there. People came to meet me there, but they stood up before myself. So the room is a very bigger room, like a hall, but it's partitioned in with different computers all around, and somebody is in there watching us. Yeah.
Okay, and they also have a camera, just so you know, there's a camera watching
Yeah.
every angle 360. So you mentioned that you took a break. When you got up to the room, did anybody escort you out? And when you're coming back inside, did you have to like show an ID again or present anything, or did you just walk right back into the room?
Yeah, they gave me my ID when I was going to the washroom, but they didn't go with me. They just said that's the direction. Make sure that when you're coming back, you bring your ID. And then when I came, she opened the ID and looked at my face to confirm I'm the same person. And I went back to sit down.
Okay. So, were you allowed to bring anything inside, like water, anything to eat
No
or snack on?
water. I think some people, I didn't go in with any water, but I saw some people without any label. They want it to be a very clear bottle. So even like this, I have to remove the label from it. It should be a plain thing. But I didn't go in with any water actually, because I was really tense. I don't know. I didn't want any issues, because I read, when you get your ATT and you book the exam, they send you an email. So I read everything. They said you shouldn't come there with a smartwatch, and then yes, they will inspect you, so you shouldn't come in with anything. And well, I didn't go with anything apart from the clothes I was wearing and my hair, that's all. And then my passport, that's the only thing I went in with. But people went in with water, but there was plain, there was nothing covering it, nothing. It should be colored. They said a plain water bottle. It's even on their website.
Okay. So that is another research person. You have to read the rules before you show up there. People show up there with all sorts of things, and they will not allow you to go in there with anything at all. Nothing will be allowed to be taken in there. So, per your experience, what arrival time worked for you? How many minutes were you there before the whole show started?
Okay, so traveling in the UK with train strikes and all that, I didn't want a situation where I'll be caught up with a train strike, train delays, because I was using the train. So I left the house around 5 a.m. in the morning. That was when the train was leaving at 5:30. So I got to the exam center at 7:10, and it was very cold. London, the Pearson View Center. We had to stand outside. There was no shed, nothing. So we're all staying outside until the time around 7:30. They came to open for us to enter. Yeah.
Okay. So you gave yourself enough time for any examination, not just in class. It's good to get there early. You don't want to be caught in traffic, anxiety, and all that before you get there, and then boom, you forget everything you have learned. So in booking the examination, everything was done for you by UPC, so you didn't have to do that by yourself. The only thing you did was book your ticket to take the train to the examination center. That is how easy UPC makes your life. We do everything for you. We handle all that headache, and yours is just to sit down and study and read. We do everything. We call all these offices in the US, following up on your documentation back and forth and everything. Okay, so you did a trick and you found out you passed. And then what happened after? Did you get an official letter in the mail?
So yeah, so my board of nursing that I used sent me an email congratulating me, that congrats for passing your NCLEX. And they said, if I need an official letter or a file, I should request it and they will send it to me. But they only send official files once. So anything I'll request afterwards will be paid. So that was when I believe, because even on my Pearson View it was still not showing pass. But when the board of nursing sent it to me, that was when I actually believed that I had passed the NCLEX. So yeah, my board of nursing sent me an email.
Okay, how long did that email take to arrive? Was it a day after or hours or?
I wrote the exam in the morning. So the next day when I woke up, I was going to work and I saw the email.
Okay. And did they send any paper copy later on?
That was when I requested for it that now I want to have a file, and they said okay, they are going to send it to me, but it is only once, and anything I request afterwards I need to pay it. So they sent it to my address here in the UK.
Okay. So how is life after NCLEX? After finding out you passed now, how is everything with
Yeah,
you?
that's what I said. So when I pass my, it is about the job search, and I would say for now, jobs, they have the jobs there, they have a lot of job offers there, but you need to make your research. You shouldn't settle for less. Even if it's UPC, I'm saying this on the on Personalist platform. Even if it's UPC, you still need to go out there and make the research. Because if you get to the United States, it is you going to do the job. It's not UPC. And any contract you are going to sign, you are going to be under the contract, not UPC. So UPC got me an employer, all right, or let me say a direct hire. They sent me their offer and I didn't sign. I told them to give me a while and I'm going to do that. So I went out there for the job hunting. I applied to various direct hires, about six of them. I did all the interviews, everything. I got the offers. I read everything. At times, I even send them an email that I don't understand this. Can they rectify that for me? And they will explain it to me. And I will tell them, okay, I'm so sorry. I don't think this offer meets what my expectation. And if they think they can offer me something better, I'm in for it. So I don't hear from them again. The next time I will hear from them, they might be sending you a different hospital with a different. Then I'll tell them no, I it. So I was doing different. I did like 8 or 10 interviews, and I got all of them. Even the recent one I did was 7th of this January with a hospital, yeah, in Michigan. So go out there, at the NCLEX, don't settle for. Although I know you would want to travel, but that 3 months period, that 4 months period, it is a very good thing for you to go out there, make your research very well. Because as I said, my case manager told, I want to travel. I feel it is a best opportunity for me. But trust me, these people also need you. Because you can testify that I was doing one of the interviews, and the nurse manager at that ward told me, oh, this is their first international recruitment. They are recruiting 60 people and it is going to be fast. So it tells you these people need you. Although you think you want to travel and make a better life out there, but trust me, they also need you. So make your research. When the offer comes, some of them is now mostly they do it a DocuSign file, so you won't see all the file. But if you input, you only try to sign with your initials, and it give you the opportunity to go to the next one. Until you click the last save, it's not going. So I just input my initials and try to read every bit of contracts. I want to read how is their contract. I'll be comparing. Okay, so I think even this direct hire is better than this. But I was not really going for the welcome package, because some people will tell you, you see how they will advertise it, £16,000 dollars, sorry, welcome bonus. But trust me, um I would say I always do my research well. If you get a better offer, you can make that money within a shorter period. So you don't only look at the welcome package, the 2 months accommodation, the 1 month accommodation, the $16,000. Look at the contract. How many years? If you want to terminate it, what is in place for you? What are you going to pay? How is it going to be like? What is their hourly rate? What is their differentials? How is even the area I am going? What is their climate? Because I remember I got one contract in Florida, and then I texted my tutor, UPC, one of their NCLEX tutor, that oh, I've gotten this offer at Florida. He said, oh, I have a colleague there, so let me give you her contact. I sent the lady the message. I called her. She told me, don't come there because The weather is crazy to the extent that during the tsunami they have to relocate all of them to the southern part of Florida. So it tells you, and she told me she used an agency and she was back in Ghana, so she didn't have any option than to come because when you're in Ghana, you want to come. Now that I'm in the UK, I should take my time. So you need to get advice from people, make your research for how is the weather there. Telling me they are the nurse to staff ratio they told me as a then it's not true because that place is crazy. Even travel nurses don't want to go there. So I shouldn't go, I shouldn't come. And this person is there. Whatever she's telling you, it's not like she doesn't want you to come because at the end of the day I've passed my end. So I did my research well because before I left the job that I'm doing my immigration process with. Yeah. So please do your research out there. Don't settle for less. The 3 years might not be a very long thing, but I trust me, it might be a help for you when you enter it. Read the contract. First, I would say read it. If you don't like it, just don't sign. So I did read it. I did make my research very well before I signed with the employer Priscilla gave me.
I'm so proud and happy for you, and I'm very elated. This moment is surreal. I seeing somebody's coming very worried and not knowing where to start from, and seeing them now where they are and they're happy. I cannot wait to meet you at the airport and pick you up and send you to wherever you're going. I'm so proud of you. You've made this interview very easy. I didn't have to ask any questions. You just gave me everything, and that is why I chose you to be this person to be here today. So, any advice you have for anybody who is doubting, who are they are afraid, confused, don't want to register, they might have ATT, but they don't want to embark or move forward and do this. Mind you, there are so many NCLEX centers around, and unfortunately we only have one official one as of today that I'm doing this video, that is South Africa, and we are hoping another one is in the pipeline soon. I can't confirm anything now, but any advice you have for those who are yet to embark on this process?
Okay. So one thing I would say is that even when I was in nursing school back in Ghana, NCLEX was one exam that I'll ever write and pass because when we were in school, we used to hear this is the most difficult nursing exams. And when I started this journey and I registered with UPC, I have a video of once you made some man, is he a Kenyan or something? He came to speak with us. I even took a video of him when he was having the Zoom call
It's
with us.
from the Gambia. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I remember some words he told us. He said, when you start this journey, have it at the back of your mind that you are going to pass. Know how you study, know your strength. So when I joined you, one thing that helped me was they group us into cohorts. Cohorts. I was cohort, so they group us into cohorts. So my cohort, I had 6 people that we became friends. We did a cohort. We made our own friends. And luckily for us, somewhere in Ghana, somewhere in so even we didn't make our time difference worry us. We met and people might be good than me. I might be better than some people. So we all brought our I and then it really helped that some of them have passed. I think four of us, we were six, and four have written, and it's left, I think, 2 or 3 people here to write. So, one advice I would tell you is the NCLEX, they are where they say is doable, whether your ATT is in, whether you are now preparing to write the NCLEX, whether you are now preparing to even join UPC, it is doable. Whether you are a midwife, when I joined UPC, the first thing I heard was from a midwife. So I told myself, I'm not demeaning any midwifery here, but I felt I am a registered nurse. I have the full medicine and surgical background. So if a midwife have been able to do it, I can do it. So what I can say is know your strength. Don't think. I remember some guy came to give a testimony from UPC that he wrote Ghana licensing exam 2 times before he passed. He went to write NCLEX in South Africa or India once and passed. So no matter the failures you've had, if I tell you my journey today, you won't believe it. If I tell you the number of times I wrote IELTS, my friends here will testify to it. You won't believe it, even to my OSCE journey. But I wrote NCLEX once and passed. So just have it out of your mind, it is doable. And to me, I felt even the NCLEX is cheaper than the IELTS. Own opinion because it was my field. It was more of nursing, and it was very easy for me to get to know whatever I was learning. And if it's A, if it's it is A. If it's B, it is B. Unlike the IELTS where you write an English and they won't even accept it. So know how you learn. I think I got to know I am a very good group learner when I joined UPC, and then we started this cohort thing. Because when we met in group, they bring out whatever they've learned, and I was able to grab it. I take the book and it was just as easy as I even thought. So when you join UPC, I always say you are covered. The tutors will let you know how best you learn, whether you are individual learner, if you're a group learner, you form and you learn a lot. The marathon race, everything is in place for you for the NCLEX to become very easy for you. So one advice I would give people out there is that the NCLEX is doable. If the journey is that longer for you, come and join UPC and start now. I don't know. People will say the NCLEX takes long time, 2 years, 3 years. And the longer you are waiting, the longer the process become. Because I started in 2020 March, and I'm somewhere. I'm somewhere. So I think don't think about how long the process is going to take. Start now. And if you think you are somebody you can't do this process on your own, but you want to do self-sponsor, to me, UPC is the best because even my school was stressing me. UPC sorted me out when it came to my school. So it is doable. You can do it. So far as you are a nurse, you've been able to pass your licensing in Ghana, in Kenya, in Zimbabwe, wherever you are. You can do this. You got it. It's doable. And now it's made it so practical that you just go, you read and understand, put your whole life into it. When I came to give this money in UPC, people were coming into my DMs, and everybody who called me, it is one thing I told the person: cut certain things off. Tell yourself within that 6 months, within that 8 months that you want to do this, you want to do it once and for all. Don't look at what people are saying. I wrote the NCLEX 4 times. You can do it once, just like some people have done it. I've also done it, and therefore you can do it. It's doable. The process is easy when you are joining UPC or whether you are using an agency. The only thing you need to do is just sit down, learn, and you go out there, write the exam, and pass successfully. Thank you. On behalf of UPC students, I would say that I am very grateful for meeting Priscilla and her team, because without them, I don't know how my NCLEX process would have been. It became very easier for me from the time of my see, even when I was done with my NCLEX. I'm done with them, but they did my CS report, my certificate for me. They did everything for me. My case manager did everything for me, took my address, and they brought it to my house. So if you think you cannot do it on your own, I will recommend UPC for you. And their success rates. And thank you for USRN Elite, that is Yakut and his team, for helping us through this exam. They are indeed the NCLEX gurus, and they really helped me. Thank you very much for having me on your channel.
Wow, wow, wow. I'm lost of words. I don't and listen, I don't think I do a good job of tooting our horn enough. Let me just break it down to you what we do at UPC and what we are capable of doing and what we have done. And it's all evidence based and all that. So UPC, we help all international nurses. Let me say this, everybody. You go to our website, it looks like it's Ghana or Ghanaian oriented, but we help all international nurses. Shout out to my Nigerian nurses who are there, my UK trained nurses, nurses from Iran, US, wherever. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed to our channels as well. So we help all international nurses. We have our own UPC Academy. We have tutors. UPC is like a whole entire a boot camp at the same time therapy. You keep hearing she's saying we brought this person to talk and we brought this person to talk, and we have a UPC welfare day where we check on you, see how you're doing, bring people who have walked that path, people who have done the NCLEX, and they come and sit and talk to you and tell you what it entails, what you should do or what you shouldn't do. Most of these agencies don't bring anybody to come and advise or encourage you. We take you as a family. We keep checking on you from beginning to the end. Now I can wake up and call any of them. We become like a little family because we care about your welfare. When an individual or an applicant does well, What does it do? It boosts the brand. It takes the name of the brand higher. So we are well invested in you to make sure you succeed. We're not here to sabotage you or make you fail or anything. When you pass, it's a pride. It adds to our percentages. You go and share with your friends and family. They see, oh, UPC helps spend the love, and then they come on board. People want to do things after they have the evidence or know somebody who has done it. So UPC does a lot of things. It's a therapy session. People come and tell us their own issues they're having. We work with you. You have some financial challenges, we give you some time to put yourself together so you get the money and move forward. This is strictly self-sponsorship. But if you look at that money, it's nothing compared to what life in America would give you. It is not rosy out here, but if you want to work in USA, you have the interest. My job and the job of UPC is to make sure we get you there. I am a registered nurse myself, trained in Ghana, and I'm working here in the USA, and it's been an eye opener. Totally worth it. A lot of experiences, a lot of fields to branch into, a lot of options, a lot of nursing upgradements and career development options that you're actually paid to go to school. You are reimbursed and everything. So thank you very much, Spending Love, for spending time with me. We'll catch up again another time when you finally make it to the USA. We'll do another video to show them that yes, this is very real. And I'm thankful for all the referrals you brought our way. And guys, thanks for subscribing. Share this video with others. This year has begun. January is almost over. Do it now. Whether you do it or not, guess what? The time is going to pass. You're going to look back and regret. Other colleagues you're working with are doing it codedly. You don't know. By the time you realize they are gone. Every day you hear somebody's gone to UK, US. You have to start now. Thank you for watching and have a good one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.